Hello, everyone, and here we are in the final week of Christian Faith and Thought. I'm sure that some of you are very happy to have it over with. I've appreciated all the good discussion and reading your journal entries and your assignments. What I want to do in this video is especially zero in on the final assignment, your philosophy of life paper or essay. And I want to give some guidelines. I'm also going to post those on Foxtail so that you can review them because there are some things that keep repeating as I read through your papers, and I want you to avoid some of those things in this last essay. This last essay is an opportunity for you to pull together all of the things that we have been talking about. You have the instructions, you have 6 questions to address. And please let me stress, this is an essay, so this is not a question answer type of thing. You are to use the subheadings that are listed in the assignment, but it's to be written in an essay format so that your answers to the questions are not simply um, um, a one paragraph kind of thing. I want you to develop a whole picture kind of essay. So the format that you have outlined makes it relatively easy because there is the way to develop your essay is simply to make a statement, first of all, about what you believe about that particular topic that you're writing on, and then to develop an explanation of why you believe that particular way. What do you base that belief on? If your response is, that was how I was raised, then I want you to explain how it still holds true for you and why do you still believe it? Because some of the things that we have received in our um, from our family of origin have stood us in good stead. And we have found that through life, those things have been the things that we have been taught from our family have helped us. That is not always the case. So, but if it's true in your case, then I want you to explain how it is that the what you received from your family of origin that you still believe, how has it how has it still been true in your life? If you have never thought about why you believe the way you do, then I want you to explain your thinking about it now at this point. That doesn't mean you're always going to think this way, but where are you now? And that's the purpose of this. I also want you to compare your beliefs, your values, your convictions with the readings and discussions in that we've had throughout the class. What you've learned from your peers in the forum discussions. Um, if there's something that you've taken away from the summary observations that I've put up there every week, but especially from the reading from C.S. Lewis, from the Hidden World Views, and from whatever videos that you have that we've watched that have been helpful to you. It will be important for you to incorporate those or integrate those things into your essay. How have they helped you? In what ways have they confused you? And what conclusions have you drawn from those things? Because this is not sitting down and simply writing, oh, this is easy, this is what I believe. I absolutely will look for how you've integrated the concepts that we've talked about in class or discussed in class or read about in class, how they have affected. Now, if you it doesn't matter if you've believed whatever you've read. Um, it's just what I'm talking about in this, what I'm asking you to do in this paper is to take a look at that and see whether it fits, if it's been helpful for you in shaping the way you believe. Now, getting down to the nitty gritty when it comes to grading your essay, I want you to be aware that if you have a Turnitin grade or percentage of 10 of over 10% of over 10%, I will automatically I'll take a look at it, but if it's because you haven't cited material properly, I will automatically send that back to you and ask you to rewrite it. So if your Turnitin score is over 10%, be proactive and take a look at what is being highlighted, because you click on that score, that percentage number, and it will show you the highlighted areas that it is saying they're not cited properly, or they came from a source that you have not cited. And if it's over 10%, then make the changes. Make the changes. I will expect correct formatting, APA formatting. I have been correcting your citations throughout the course. If they are the same errors that I've corrected before, then I will be drastic. I will take more off than I have in the past, because I have given you now several opportunities to do the corrections. And mechanics and grammar, of course, will always be involved, will always be taken into account. I will put on Foxtail the correct way to cite the internet source of Mere Christianity. Some of you are very confused about how to cite that source, so I will put it under the this week's session. So if you cite or refer to Mere Christianity and are using the internet source, then I will put that up there so that you can just copy and paste the way that it's cited. I will look for how well organized your essay is. Are your thoughts developed in a logical and organized manner, or is the essay vague in general? If you make general statements like everybody believes, or everybody says, or everybody knows, those are general statements. Those are not acceptable. If you make any statements about this is the way it is, and it has to do with some fact or some reality, you need to cite that because that is information that may not exist out there for everybody. So be careful about being vague, making generalized statements, or being unfocused. I want your essay to be focused. Your paragraph should be focused. Each paragraph should deal with the particular issue that you're dealing with and not stray from that. In terms of the content, you are to respond to the required number of questions. There are 6. You choose from the categories. You have to have at least one question from each category, each subheading there. I expect you to use sound reasoning, responses that are thoughtful reflection on the topic, and not generalized observations. You may use your own experience. You can integrate ideas and concepts from the readings, from the videos, to make sure that your reasoning is supported there. You do not have to go beyond what we have done in class. You don't have to. If you want to, you can draw in other sources. That's perfectly legitimate, but I'm not expecting you to do that. This is not necessarily a research paper. It is a paper that requires you to support what you're saying. And I will expect personal examples that can be used to support your concepts or what you're saying you believe. So a response to the required number of questions, sound reasoning, personal examples that support what you're saying, and integration of course content to support what you write. You can draw from the forum discussions. You can bring in a different perspective. You can point out things that you reject and why you reject them. So it's important to understand that when you do this kind of an essay reflection, philosophy of life, it's important to say, I don't accept this concept or I don't accept this belief because this is what I believe because. So remember those things that I put out there. Now that's kind of a long explanation, but this is an 8 to 10 page paper. I expect it to be well written. Do proofreading, and you will be good. So if you have any questions, be sure and contact me. I'll be glad to help you in any way I can. And I look forward to reading your papers. It's been a good course, and I've enjoyed hearing or reading your ideas, your concepts, your responses. And thank you very much for participating so fully in this course. And I, again, hope to see you at graduation and give you a big hug. Thanks so much. Until next time, goodbye.